Have you ever seen a type of poultry known as the black ghost of the barnyard? That is the black chicken, a creature so unusual it looks as if it came straight out of legend, yet today it is driving a quiet revolution in premium agriculture, with feathers as dark as ink and meat and bones carrying a mysterious deep black color. The black chicken was once considered a strange and abnormal breed, however today it has become a symbol of luxury, highly sought after by collectors and chefs, with prices reaching up to $5,000 per bird. This chicken is not only unique in appearance but is also recognized in traditional Asian medicine as a walking remedy believed to strengthen health, boost immunity and restore vitality. So what transformed this once rejected bird into a black treasure that fascinates the world? Join Mandarin Tech in this video as we explore the remarkable journey of the black chicken. What is black chicken? With its jet black appearance, powerful and strikingly different, the black chicken looks so unusual that many people once believed it was simply a Photoshop creation. Some even assumed that its eggs were black as well. In reality, black chickens still lay white or brown eggs, although their eggs can cost up to 30 times more than regular ones. Indeed, China is considered the global center for breeding and processing black chickens, accounting for roughly 80% of the world's production. Meanwhile, the United States has become one of the most dynamic consumer markets, where this bird is classified as a premium, highly nutritious food. However, with import tariffs reaching 45% during the administration of President Trump, this delicacy may soon disappear from the menus of America's luxury dining scene. That delicacy is the traditional ginseng black chicken soup. Adult black chicken care. Today, black chicken farming is expanding rapidly in countries such as China, Indonesia, India, France and the United States, where modern farm systems are flexibly combined with free-range and natural rearing methods. In many rural areas across Asia, black chickens are raised freely in fenced gardens, feeding on wild herbs, leafy greens, medicinal plants and drinking natural spring water. Although industrial farms still exist, the trend toward more nature-friendly farming environments is gradually becoming the new standard. A medium-scale farm can typically raise between 5,000 and 20,000 black chickens, separated by age groups for easier management. There are several rare and prized black chicken breeds, including ayam semani from Indonesia, completely black from feathers and skin to meat and even internal organs; Kataknath from India, smaller in size but known for its firm meat texture; Silky from China, famous for its soft cotton-like feathers and distinctive black meat. Depending on the breed, an adult black chicken usually weighs between 1.2 and 2.5 kilograms, featuring a compact body, low fat content and high muscle density. Despite their physical differences, all of them contain high levels of iron, protein and essential amino acids, making them highly valued in both traditional medicine and premium cuisine. Their agile nature, strong immune systems and excellent adaptation to hot and humid climates make black chickens a sustainable choice for ecological farming models. In closed farming systems, the diet of black chickens is strictly controlled, typically consisting of grain blends, herbs, soybeans and fresh vegetables to ensure flavorful and firm meat quality. This balanced natural nutrition combined with their unique genetic traits has created a food product that is not only distinctive but also represents a modern consumer trend where people increasingly value health, sustainability and traditional heritage. Egg-laying stage. On many farms, black chickens are not confined to coops but are allowed to roam freely across green fields, where they can scratch the soil, search for insects and feed on wild herbs. These natural activities help stimulate their metabolism and strengthen their immune systems. This active lifestyle directly influences the quality of the meat, firm, flavorful with thin yet nutrient-rich skin, a characteristic rarely found in many other chicken breeds. When entering the egg-laying stage, black hens receive particularly careful attention to maintain stable physical condition. Although they do not lay as many eggs as industrial chicken breeds, every egg they produce carries exceptional value. On average, they lay only 2 to 3 eggs per week. The eggshell typically has a dark brown color with a slight purplish hue, reflecting the breed's unique genetic traits. The yolk is dense, nutrient-rich and highly regarded by chefs as a natural gourmet ingredient, more than just food. Each egg represents the result of a meticulous and dedicated farming process, explaining its premium price in the market. Egg incubation process. When black chicken eggs reach their ideal harvest maturity, the collection process begins with a level of care that almost feels ceremonial. Each morning, the caretaker enters the coop gently carrying a basket lined with soft straw, where every egg is placed as if it were a precious treasure. There are no loud noises or sudden movements, as black chicken eggs are especially fragile due to their thinner shells compared to regular eggs. Every action therefore requires patience and precision. After collection, the eggs are carefully wiped with a damp cloth, individually inspected for quality and then stored in a cooling room at temperatures between 12 and 15 degrees Celsius to preserve their natural freshness. This entire process reflects a deep respect for a product that is both delicate and highly valuable. Chick hatching. Despite their high value, not every black chicken egg meets the conditions required to become new life. From the very first stage, each egg is candled under a light in a dark environment to examine the embryo, a task that demands sharp eyesight and absolute concentration. Only eggs showing clear embryonic development in uniform shape are selected, accounting for roughly 70 to 80 of the total. They are then transferred into modern incubators, where every factor from temperature and humidity to egg turning cycles is precisely programmed, operating like a perfectly synchronized symphony. The eggs are gently rotated every 2 hours in an environment maintained at a stable temperature of 37.5 degrees Celsius with humidity carefully controlled between 55 and 60. Chick rearing and early care. After exactly 21 days under ideal incubation conditions, the once motionless eggshell begins to tremble gently. A small crack appears, gradually widening to make way for new life. The first black chicks emerge covered in melanin pigmentation from their feathers to their legs, as if darkness itself has taken physical form. There are no drums or fireworks. The moment unfolds like a quiet ritual of genetic heritage, where each chick breaking through its shell affirms that this rare ancient lineage continues to survive, writing its own unique story with every new birth. Vaccination program. Immediately after breaking through the eggshell, black chicks are transferred to a brooding area, a closed environment where the floor is covered with sterilized sawdust and the temperature is maintained between 32 and 35 degrees Celsius using specialized infrared heat lamps designed specifically for this breed. This stage is not merely about keeping the chicks warm, it is a critical period that determines pigmentation development, immune strength and future survival rates. Because of their high melanin content, the chicks have a reduced ability to regulate body temperature on their own, making strict environmental stability essential. Their diet is carefully formulated, consisting of finely ground feed rich in protein and minerals. Drinking water is placed at a low height and supplemented with electrolytes and probiotics to activate the immune system. Every parameter from air humidity to light intensity is closely monitored using specialized equipment. Poultry processing plant. The more natural the farming method becomes, the stricter the vaccination program for black chickens must be. Starting from the second week after hatching, the chicks receive the Lesotho vaccine through eye drops or direct injection to prevent Newcastle disease, an extremely dangerous infectious disease capable of wiping out an entire flock if not properly controlled. Between the 4th and 6th weeks, they continue to receive additional vaccines such as gumboro, avian cholera, enteritis and infectious bronchitis. Each vaccination is carried out according to a strict schedule with precise dosage and timing. This process not only strengthens the immune system and reduces mortality rates, but also establishes a solid immune foundation for the entire rearing cycle. As a result, the health condition, uniform growth and commercial value of this special breed are maintained because its reputation depends on every detail of care. At around 30 days of age, black chickens enter a rapid growth phase. Their fully black plumage gradually develops, muscle structure becomes firmer and the existing space begins to feel crowded. To adapt, farmers expand the housing area, remove partitions, replace the sawdust bedding and add more feeders and drinkers. A B40 mesh fencing system is installed around the farming area to ensure proper ventilation and flock density control, creating an ideal environment for healthy and uniform development. Black chicken cuisine. Once they reach the appropriate commercial age and weight, the healthiest black chickens are carefully selected and transported to the processing facility, the final stage in their journey from farm to table. Trained workers inspect each bird to ensure uniform size, strong muscle condition and optimal health before processing begins. Here, a fully integrated processing system is activated where every step is carried out with near absolute precision under strict supervision to preserve the value of this premium product. The poultry are humanely stunned before entering a high-speed scalding and automated feather removal line capable of processing up to 800 birds per hour. Next, each chicken moves to the evisceration area where internal organs are removed with extreme care to avoid damaging the distinctive black meat. Under specialized inspection lighting, every bird undergoes meticulous examination to detect any defects or abnormalities. The meat is then washed using high-pressure cold water, rapidly reducing temperature while maintaining hygiene standards. It is transferred directly to the vacuum packaging section where each chicken is sealed in protective packaging labeled with traceability information and production batch codes. Finally, the products are stored in cold rooms at temperatures between 0 and 2 degrees Celsius, preserving freshness, texture and nutritional quality for international distribution worldwide. Special black chicken breeds after leaving the cold storage and Entering the kitchen, black chicken meat continues its journey as an ingredient carrying a sense of uniqueness and cultural value. Since ancient times, this meat appeared in royal banquets served to emperors not only for its distinctive dark color but also for its exceptional nutritional benefits rich in iron, amino acids and natural collagen. Properly thawed and clean black chicken can be cooked without heavy seasoning. Simply simmering it with a few slices of ginger is enough to release its deep and comforting aroma. Its thin yet firm skin and dense juicy meat create a naturally sweet and delicate flavor rarely found in ordinary chicken breeds. In traditional cuisine, black chicken is commonly prepared in nourishing soups with mushrooms, Chinese herbs or lotus seeds, especially suitable for the elderly, recovering patients and postpartum women. In modern cooking, black chicken inspires creative dishes such as grilled black chicken with lime leaves, fish sauce, fried chicken or stir-fried chicken with lemongrass and chili. More than just food, black chicken represents a refined culinary experience, a symbol of careful selection and respect for truly valuable ingredients. Releasing bees into the desert, Israel is widely regarded as one of the world's leaders in water technology. The country has spent over $30 billion building vast pipeline networks across the desert, turning seawater into fresh water and pumping it hundreds of kilometers deep into the Negev. Every patch of green that survives here requires not only water but also electricity, constant maintenance and years of ongoing operational cost. Yet even in a place sustained by some of the most advanced irrigation technology on Earth, entire ecosystems refuse to stay. The moment the water stops flowing, life pulls back just as quickly and the Negev reverts to its true nature, dry, harsh and unforgiving. The bee chosen for this experiment is not one people are familiar with. It doesn't produce honey, doesn't live in colonies, has no hive to harvest and cannot be integrated into any industrial beekeeping system. Its name is Anrina Sini, a native bee of the Negev, one that spends most of its life underground. Each female lives alone, digging her own system of tunnels deep into the desert soil where temperatures are far more stable than the violently fluctuating surface above. These bees emerge only during the briefest windows of the day, at dawn and at dusk, when dew has not yet disappeared. In silence, Andrea Sinai moves among acacia flowers, then vanishes back beneath the sand, leaving behind tunnels so small that no one ever paid attention to them. For years this bee existed right here in the Negev, unnoticed and dismissed as irrelevant. No one on the research team believed the bees could survive if they were released directly into the negative. In the history of ecological experiments that had almost never worked, this desert doesn't need much time to kill a small creature. Just a few hours under the brutal sun are enough. So if the experiment was going to fail, it would fail from the very first moment. That realization forced the team to change their approach. Instead of trying to shield the bees from the desert, they decided to change what the bees would encounter first. Not sand but dew. Before a single bee was released, the Negev was prepared for a different role. No longer a scorching surface but a place capable of holding on to the brief moisture of the night. Dark basalt strips were arranged to absorb heat during the day and release it slowly. The soil was treated just enough to retain moisture for a few critical hours, and nesting sites were positioned precisely along nighttime wind paths. The goal was not to plant trees and not to create an artificial water source. The goal was to keep dew in place long enough for a living organism to act. Only once this invisible system began to function did they take the final step, releasing 2.4 million Andreas Sinai bees into a desert that had never been waiting for them. Conclusion from a bird once considered strange: the black chicken has now become a symbol of premium food and carefully refined agriculture. Its journey is not only a story about farming but also about how humans better understand nature, nutrition and the patience behind every high-quality product. Sometimes the most extraordinary things come from what seems familiar when they are cared for in the right way. If you found this journey interesting, don't forget to like and follow Mandarin Tech for more fascinating stories ahead.